All right, let's dive in and pull back the curtain on one of the most popular ways to build, well, just about any complex product these days. It's called Scrum, and it's pretty much the engine running behind the scenes of so many of the tools you use every single day.
I mean, seriously, have you ever thought about it? One week, a feature you really want is missing, and then bam, the next week it's just there, and it works. Now that's not magic. It's actually a really structured but also super flexible process that's designed to deliver cool new stuff fast. We're going to break down exactly how it all works.
So how do you even start a massive project? Where do you begin? Well, it all starts with the big picture, but a very specific kind of big picture. With Scrum, you zoom out just enough to see the road ahead, but not so far that you get lost in the weeds of a 5-year plan.
A lot of teams will plan their work in these 3-month cycles. You'll often hear this called a release. And 3 months is kind of a strategic sweet spot, you know? It's long enough to build something really significant, but it's also short enough that your plan doesn't become totally irrelevant if things change. It's all about staying flexible.
To kick things off, the entire team, and I mean everyone, gets together for a 1 or 2 day session that's sometimes called big room planning. You'll have everyone from the newest coder to the senior VPs all in one place with one critical goal: getting completely aligned on the mission for the next 3 months.
Now, obviously, you can't just tackle a 3-month plan all in one go. That'd be crazy. So that big release gets broken down into much smaller, more manageable chunks. We call these sprints. Think of a sprint as a short, focused race. It's time-boxed, meaning it has a clear start and end. And very often, a sprint is 2 weeks long.
So, who are the people actually doing all this work? Well, it's not some huge faceless department. The real core unit of action in Scrum is a small, dedicated group of people, the Scrum team.
The perfect size for a Scrum team is usually somewhere between 6 and 9 people. Now, why so specific, right? Well, if you go any smaller, you might not have all the skills you need. But if you get any larger, communication just gets way too complicated. This small size is absolutely key to staying nimble and avoiding a ton of bureaucratic overhead.
And inside this small team, every role is super clear. You've got the product owner, who is basically the voice of the customer. They decide what gets built. Then you have the developers and test engineers who figure out how to build it and make sure it actually works. And then there's this really crucial role, the Scrum Master. They're not a manager or a boss. Think of them more like a coach or a facilitator whose entire job is to clear roadblocks and help the team perform at its best.
Okay, so we've met the team. Now let's zoom in even further. Let's follow them through a typical 2-week sprint. This is the 10-day journey where those high-level ideas turn into actual, real working software.
On day 1, the team gets together, plans the sprint, and commits to a specific chunk of work. By the middle of the sprint, around day 5, the first bits of code are ready for the quality assurance, or QA, team to start testing. This kicks off this really tight, back-and-forth feedback loop. Developers are coding, QA is finding issues, and the developers are fixing them. The big goal here is to get everything done, tested, and ready to show off by day 10.
A 2-week sprint can get pretty intense, so how does the team stay coordinated and make sure they don't go off the rails? It all comes down to a consistent rhythm of very specific and very focused meetings.
The real heartbeat of the sprint is the daily Scrum. It's a quick, 15-minute meeting that happens every single morning. And here's the key. It's not a meeting for solving big, complex problems. It's purely for aligning the team and making a plan for the next 24 hours. That's it.
And the structure is so simple it's brilliant. Each person answers just 3 questions. What did I get done yesterday? What am I going to work on today? And this is the most important one. Is anything blocking my progress? Are there any roadblocks? That last question is the secret sauce to keeping the whole team moving forward at full speed.
Okay, so at the end of those 2 weeks, it's showtime. The team demonstrates the working software they built to all the important stakeholders. We're talking management, maybe even customers, and this isn't some boring PowerPoint presentation. It's a live demo of the real thing. It's that moment of truth that proves the work is really done, and just as important, it's where they get immediate feedback. But the sprint isn't truly over until the team holds one last meeting, the retrospective. Now, this might just be the most important meeting in the entire Scrum framework. It's where the team stops talking about what they built and starts talking about how they built it. It's a meeting about their process.
In the retro, the team focuses on 3 simple prompts. What went well that we should keep doing? what didn't go so well that maybe we should stop doing, and what's one thing we can improve for the very next sprint. This really honest conversation is the true engine of continuous improvement in Scrum.
Okay, so we've seen how one team works, but what if you have, say, 10 teams all working on the same product? How do you keep track of the progress of the entire 3-month release? For that, we need to zoom back out a little bit. This is where a role called the Release Train Engineer, or RTE, comes into play. You can think of them as the chief project manager or maybe the conductor of the orchestra. They work really closely with all the different Scrum Masters to monitor the progress of the whole project and make sure all the moving parts are coming together smoothly. And the RTE gives regular updates to management using a super simple system. Green means everything is on track. We're good to go. Yellow flags a potential risk, something to keep an eye on. And red is the alarm bell. It means there's a serious roadblock, and we need help right now. It's just a really clear, at-a-glance way to see the health of the entire project.
And that really is the essence of Scrum. It's all about breaking down huge plans into small, focused sprints and using every single cycle as a chance to learn and get better. It all comes back to that idea from the retrospective. The goal is improvement, not perfection. So I'll just leave you with this. Whether it's at work or just in your own life, what's one small thing you could try to improve in the next 2 weeks?